Most seniors focus on staying active, drinking water, and taking their medications. But what about the foods that are working against you? Foods that may be increasing inflammation, worsening urinary problems, and even raising your risk of prostate disease. Certain foods are making prostate health worse without you even realizing it. And if they're part of your diet, they could be causing more harm than you think. But once you know what to avoid, you can start making changes that support your prostate and overall well-being. So stay with me, because today we're covering 9 harmful foods that worsen prostate health for seniors. And the last one on this list, it's in almost every household. Let's get into it. Prostate health is something a lot of men don't think about until they start noticing problems, frequent trips to the bathroom, weak or interrupted urine flow, discomfort or pressure that wasn't there before. At first, it's easy to brush off, but the truth is your prostate changes as you age, and if you're eating the wrong foods, you could be making those problems worse. Your prostate is highly sensitive to inflammation, and certain foods, even ones you think are healthy, can trigger inflammation, cause hormone imbalances, and put extra stress on your body. Removing these harmful foods from your diet can make a real difference. Less discomfort, fewer bathroom trips, better overall prostate health. But before making any major dietary changes, always consult your doctor, because every person's health needs are different. So let's go through the 9 worst foods for your prostate. If you're eating any of these regularly, it might be time to rethink your plate. 9. Processed meats. Sausages, bacon, hot dogs, deli meats. If it's processed, it's a problem. These meats might be quick and easy, but they come with a hidden danger. One that could be making your prostate problems worse every single day. Here's why. Processed meats are loaded with preservatives, nitrates, and unhealthy fats that cause inflammation throughout your body, including in your prostate. And that's a big deal. Your prostate is highly sensitive to inflammation. When you constantly eat foods that fuel inflammation, your prostate stays irritated, swollen, and more prone to problems. But that's not the only reason processed meats are bad news. They also throw your hormones out of balance. Studies show that these meats can lower testosterone and increase estrogen. And for men, this is a dangerous combination. Why does this matter? Because testosterone helps maintain prostate health, while too much estrogen can cause prostate cells to grow abnormally. Over time, this hormonal imbalance increases the risk of prostate enlargement and other complications. And let's talk about nitrates, the chemicals used to preserve these meats. When nitrates break down in your body, they turn into compounds that have been linked to an increased risk of cancer, including prostate cancer. So, if processed meats are a regular part of your diet, it's time to think twice. What's the solution? You don't have to give up meat completely, but you should choose healthier alternatives. Instead of processed meats, go for lean, unprocessed options like chicken, turkey, or fresh fish. Making this change can help lower inflammation, balance your hormones, and protect your prostate for the long run. Your body works hard for you every single day. Don't make it fight against the very food you eat. 8. Dairy products. For years, dairy has been promoted as a staple of a healthy diet. Milk for strong bones, cheese for protein, yogurt for digestion. But when it comes to prostate health, the reality is more complicated. Dairy products, milk, cheese, butter, and ice cream contain natural hormones that can interfere with your body's balance. These hormones, particularly insulin-like growth factor, IGF-1, have been linked to abnormal prostate cell growth. Over time, this can contribute to swelling, discomfort, and increased urinary symptoms. If you're already dealing with an enlarged prostate or frequent urination, dairy could be intensifying those symptoms. Research suggests that men who consume large amounts of dairy may be at a higher risk for prostate cancer. While scientists are still exploring the connection, one theory is that excess dairy consumption stimulates cell growth in ways that could be harmful over time. You see, beyond hormone disruption, dairy can also increase inflammation. Chronic inflammation is one of the biggest contributors to prostate problems, making symptoms more persistent and harder to control. If dairy is a big part of your diet, cutting back gradually is a good first step. Try replacing cow's milk with almond, oat, or coconut milk. Swap traditional cheese for cashew-based or plant-based alternatives. You don't have to give up dairy overnight, but even small changes can ease inflammation and support better prostate function. The key is to be mindful of what you're putting in your body, because your prostate responds to what you eat. 7. Fried foods. Who doesn't love crispy fries, golden fried chicken, or crunchy onion rings? They taste great, they're comforting, and they're everywhere. But what if that crunch was coming at a cost? Most seniors already know fried foods aren't great for the heart, but what's rarely discussed is how they affect the prostate. These foods are loaded with trans fats, which don't just raise cholesterol, they create a wave of inflammation throughout the body. And for men dealing with prostate issues, that's a serious problem. If your prostate is already swollen or irritated, eating a diet full of fried foods can exacerbate that discomfort, leading to more frequent urination, increased pressure, and lingering irritation. And it's not just inflammation. Fried foods also promote oxidative stress, a condition where unstable molecules damage cells over time. This doesn't just speed up aging, it weakens the body's ability to maintain healthy prostate function. On top of that, trans fats interfere with testosterone production, throwing off hormonal balance and making prostate-related issues even harder to control. Cutting back on fried foods doesn't mean saying goodbye to crispy textures. Try baking, grilling, or air frying instead. These methods still deliver that satisfying crunch without the heavy load of harmful fats. Your prostate doesn't need fried food to function at its best, but it does need you to make better choices. 6. Alcohol. Let's talk about something most people don't connect to prostate problems. Alcohol. A glass of wine at dinner, a cold beer on the weekend, no harm, right? But if drinking has become a regular habit, it may be quietly making your prostate work harder than it should. Most people associate alcohol with liver damage or high blood pressure, but it also has a direct effect on the prostate. Alcohol increases inflammation throughout the body, and that includes the delicate tissues of the prostate. If you're already dealing with swelling or urinary issues, drinking frequently can make those symptoms worse. Ever noticed how, after a few drinks, you're waking up more at night to use the bathroom? That's because alcohol is a diuretic. It forces your body to lose fluids quickly, leading to more frequent urination. And if your prostate is already enlarged or irritated, this added pressure makes things even more frustrating. Beyond inflammation and fluid loss, alcohol also affects your hormones. Regular drinking can lower testosterone while increasing estrogen levels, which can negatively impact prostate function over time. When testosterone drops and estrogen rises, prostate tissues become more prone to enlargement, making urinary symptoms even harder to manage. You don't have to eliminate alcohol completely, but making small changes can have a big impact. Consider cutting back, switching to non-alcoholic options, or limiting drinking to special occasions. Your prostate already has enough to deal with. Don't make things harder on it. Making smarter choices today can help you feel better and stay healthier for years to come. 5. Sugary foods and drinks. Think about this. How often do you grab something sweet without thinking twice? A soda in the afternoon, a slice of cake at a gathering, a few spoonfuls of ice cream before bed. It's just a treat, right? But what if those small indulgences were slowly making your prostate issues worse? Every time you consume excess sugar, your body responds by releasing more insulin. That might not seem like a big deal, but here's where it gets complicated. High insulin levels contribute to chronic inflammation. And inflammation is one of the biggest enemies of prostate health. Your prostate isn't just affected by aging, it's also impacted by what you eat every day. When inflammation builds up, it creates pressure, irritation, and worsens symptoms like difficulty urinating or nighttime urgency. Now, let's talk about what's in your cup. Sodas, fruit juices, and energy drinks don't just spike your blood sugar, they force your body to lose fluids faster. And here's the problem. Dehydration puts even more stress on your bladder and prostate. So if you've noticed that after a sugary drink, you're running to the bathroom more often, it's not a coincidence. Your body is trying to get rid of the excess sugar, but in the process, it's making your prostate work even harder. Nobody's saying you can never enjoy something sweet again. But if sugar is a daily habit, it's time to reconsider. Instead of sodas or artificially sweetened beverages, reach for water or herbal tea. And if you need something sweet, opt for fresh fruit instead of processed desserts. Your prostate reacts to what you feed it. If you want to feel better, give it something that helps rather than harms. Fourth, spicy foods. Spicy food can make a meal more exciting, but for some men, it also brings unexpected discomfort. If you've ever noticed a burning sensation or an urgent need to urinate after eating something spicy, it's not a coincidence. Your prostate might be reacting. Capsaicin, the compound that gives chili peppers their heat, doesn't just affect your mouth. It moves through your digestive system and interacts with nerve endings along the way. For some, this can cause irritation in the bladder and prostate, leading to increased sensitivity and a stronger urge to urinate. Spicy foods can stimulate the bladder, making it feel like you need to urinate more often and with greater urgency. If you're already experiencing frequent urination or prostate discomfort, eating spicy meals could be intensifying those symptoms. If you love bold flavors but notice discomfort after eating spicy foods, consider switching to gentler seasonings. Herbs like basil, rosemary, and turmeric can still bring depth to your meals without causing irritation. For some, moderation is enough, but if your prostate feels worse after eating something spicy, it may be time to rethink how much heat you're adding to your plate. Third, salt. Salt makes food taste better, but too much of it can quietly take a toll on your prostate. Most people associate high sodium intake with high blood pressure or heart issues, but here's what often gets overlooked. It can also contribute to prostate inflammation and urinary problems. When your diet is heavy in sodium, your body holds on to extra water. This fluid retention doesn't just cause swelling in your hands or feet, it can also increase pressure in areas you don't want, like your prostate. For men already dealing with an enlarged prostate or urinary urgency, this added pressure can make symptoms worse. And here's something else. High salt intake can reduce kidney efficiency, which means your body struggles to regulate fluids properly. The result? More stress on your bladder and more nighttime bathroom trips. So, where is all that salt coming from? It's not just from your salt shaker. Most of the sodium in your diet is hidden in processed foods. Canned soups, frozen dinners, fast food, deli meats. Even foods labeled as healthy or low fat often contain surprising amounts of sodium. So, what's the fix? You don't have to strip away all flavor to cut down on salt. Instead of reaching for processed seasonings, use fresh herbs and natural spices like garlic, rosemary, or turmeric. Not only do they enhance flavor, but they also have anti-inflammatory benefits that actually support prostate health instead of harming it. Your prostate depends on balance, not overload. Keeping your sodium intake in check can help reduce unnecessary strain and improve overall function. Second, fast food. Let's be honest, fast food is convenient. It's quick, easy, and sometimes feels like the only option when you're on the go. But what if that convenience was slowly making your prostate problems worse? What's hiding in fast food? Most fast food isn't just high in calories. It's packed with unhealthy fats, excessive sodium, and artificial additives that can throw your body's natural balance out of sync. Trans fats, commonly found in fried and processed meals, increase inflammation in the body. And when inflammation builds up, your prostate is one of the first places to feel the effects. Fast food isn't just bad for your waistline, it can disrupt your hormone levels too. Many processed foods contain preservatives and chemicals that affect testosterone production. For men, maintaining a healthy testosterone balance is essential for prostate function. When that balance is thrown off, it can contribute to prostate enlargement and urinary problems. Nobody's saying you can never grab a burger again, but if fast food has become a daily habit, it's time to rethink your choices. Cooking at home gives you control over what goes into your food. Swapping out greasy takeout for fresh, home-cooked meals reduces harmful additives and supports your prostate health naturally. At the end of the day, small changes lead to big improvements. Choosing whole, nutrient-rich foods instead of fast food can make a noticeable difference in how your body and your prostate feels. Number 1. Highly processed carbs. Think about what's on your plate: white bread, white rice, pastries. They're quick, they're convenient, and they've probably been a staple in your diet for years. But what if these everyday foods were doing more harm than you realized? When you eat refined carbohydrates, they break down almost instantly into sugar. This causes a rapid spike in blood sugar levels, forcing your body to work harder to stabilize them. Over time, this constant cycle leads to increased inflammation, and inflammation is one of the biggest enemies of a healthy prostate. Men who consume high amounts of processed carbs often experience higher rates of prostate-related issues. Why? Because when your body is overloaded with fast-burning sugars, it throws off hormone balance and increases unnecessary swelling. This can make urinary symptoms more noticeable and contribute to long-term prostate discomfort. You don't need to eliminate carbs completely, but switching to unprocessed, fiber-rich options can make a big difference. Whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, whole wheat bread, and oats provide slow-burning energy and help keep inflammation under control. If you're serious about protecting your prostate, choosing the right kind of carbs is one of the easiest changes you can make. When should you change your diet? If you're experiencing frequent urination, discomfort, or any prostate issues, cutting out these foods can help. Your prostate doesn't heal overnight, but making these changes can reduce inflammation, improve symptoms, and support long-term health. But before making any major dietary adjustments, always consult your doctor. They can help you find the best approach for your specific health needs. Which of these foods are you eating regularly? Let me know in the comments. And if this video helped you, hit the like button, subscribe for more health tips, and I'll see you in the next one.